Cavalry! Cavalry! Cavalry!
Hello and welcome back to the Foot Soldiers podcast. As always, my name is Luke. I'm joined here today by Sean and Conrad. We've got a full house today to talk about Cavalry's big win over Atlético Ottawa, 3-1, goals from Nathaniel Edwards. And, I called it on the podcast last week, a brace from Tobias Warschewski. You all called me crazy. You all laughed at me, but look where we are now. Cavalry win. Unfortunately, Forge lost midweek, or they won midweek, so we're no longer top of the table. But, feels good to keep winning. You got to keep doing a job there. How do we feel about this, Conrad?
And let's be fair, Toby tipped one long-range bomb in from Nathan Ingham, and I'm giving that as Ingham's goal. Toby didn't have much to do about it. I'll give him the second one off the Moosey assist. But yeah, it felt good. This is a team that Cavalry needs to beat if we want to stay on top of the table. However, I wouldn't say it was a flawless performance. I thought there were a lot of things, especially early on in this match, that I wasn't so pleased with Cavalry. But after that first Toby goal, I felt it was kind of in the bag. Just wish we could have stopped that Nicholas Chetro goal. And I love his cojones doing the backflip when you're down 2-1. Gotta say it. But yeah, won the game we needed to.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Ottawa are no longer our bogey team, although we should probably maybe beat them in a final before we say that. But, I think we've completely dominated them in all three games we've played against them. We've outscored them 9-2. Hasn't even been particularly close. And like you said, Conrad, we missed some absolute sitters before Nathaniel Edwards' goal in, what was it, the 13th minute? So, we had at first minute, Perlman has a great chance and he just kind of double clutches, passes it off to Moosey, and the shot gets blocked. And then Moosey does a great job to round the keeper and for some reason, kicks the ball to Chinook center. And without and despite missing those, we absolutely had it in the bag 20 minutes later. So I will give, like you said, credit to Florio Chateau. I love how the league is trying to pump him up as the greatest striker in the league right now, when, let's be blunt, it was a great strike and they lost the game. So quite frankly, the best real striker in the league got 2 that game, even though he can be quite streaky. He's actually won a golden boot. He's actually lifted not the shield. He wasn't there for the shield. He's lifted the cup. Florio Chateau hasn't done shit, and you can flip around all you want. Elva can do that too. Elva even has a better backflip. So I'm just saying. Stop trying to copy Kanija Elva. Stop trying to copy Kanija Elva, man. You ain't it. So
I want to see a flipping competition of Kanija Elva, and
there you go. You know what? Bring back
Akio.
I was just about to say, bring back William Akio. You're not doing shit in Greenville, buddy. Get up here. You're not scoring goals, so you might as well try and prove your worth in a flipping contest. Create a YouTube video out of that. Whatever, you'll get 600 views.
Yeah, there you go. And the thing is, I do agree, Conrad, that there is a lot we could have done better, but also we put our necks on Ottawa's throats. We got the job done. The first Toby goal, I will disagree a little bit. I think sure Ingham did a lot on that one, but that's a striker's goal, right? You need your striker to be there to get the ball. You need to put it in. Some games Toby would be at right back, and so not able to even pick it up. So that is what I love seeing, that Toby's was playing like a striker. It was a striker's goal.
Well, and he also took advantage of their keeper kind of came out and
that bum Kalunga
kind of half went for it, half didn't go for it, and he got chipped. So good on Toby to kind of recognize it and just kind of easy finish into the back of the net.
Come on, Ottawa, give us Crampton again. I'm sure we won't get on him over and over again.
Crampton.
How many goals did he let in? A cramp ton.
It was
easy. That's an easy one, man. Easy.
I know. Just I put it into the net and Ali Moosey. Come on.
Yeah,
that's where I wanted to go. That is where I wanted to go though. Yeah, Ali Moosey has the 1 assist, but man, again, just seemed so uninterested for vast portions of the game.
It's the plot line of the season, man. When is he going to show? The funny thing is he did get an assist, but he was atrocious all game. He was absolutely terrible. I want to see the wingers for now. While Antigne's out, I want to see Antoniuk and Edwards starting because
Antonuc.
Oh yes, right, Antonuc. Right. Thanks, YYC Soccer. You helped correct the podcast. I want to see Antonuc and Edwards because they give a shit. right, about this club. Edwards is outscoring Moosey 4-1, right?
No, and I was kind of surprised not to see Antchuk in the lineup. Like, I don't know, maybe I should be because it is Tommy and Sally Moosey. It's one of those things. But again, I'm going to call my shot here now. I think Ellen Moosey is going to do this gimmick all year. And then we're going to get to the final against probably Forge or Ottawa. Probably Forge. And he's going to start the final, and he's going to score the winning goal in a 1-0 game. And then no one will care what happened in a random game in the middle of August.
Ali Musi Olympico. You get him back on the corners.
Yeah, absolutely. Then if he does that, no one will give a shit what he does in the middle of August.
If he does an Olympico in the final, Luke, all the beers you owe me, it's cleared. It's completely cleared. That's what we'll call it. Double or nothing. Huh?
I have a job now, so maybe you will be getting your beers.
Ooh, big money, big money.
Ooh.
Make it. All the beers are now Stella's at the game, $14.50.
Oh my god.
Or
I'm glad I don't drink.
Yeah. Well, I had enough of them on Saturday for sure. So,
speaking of, big shout out to, I think it was your friend who had bought out all of the ship out tickets that filled up our section. Yeah. And hey, like, they brought the environment. Like, sometimes you have some people who jump on the ship bus and are like, oh, this is not what I signed up for. I'm gonna go sit over in whatever the outpost is because I didn't understand what I was signing up for. That group of people who are in our section did a hell of a job understanding and getting involved and lining the pockets of the beer vendor. Well, the vendor, the bar in behind, because the vendor doesn't show up.
Yeah, they sure lined those pockets for sure. So yeah, no, it was one of my buddies. We were talking over beers in like April, and I suggested the idea of doing the ship bus, and he loved the idea. So yeah, shout out to, there were like dozens of my friends out there. So all a great time. I'm glad people had a good time. I don't care if it's a bit of a tourist section once in a while and everyone's just there for the fun time, as long as they're having a good time and they maybe come back. I know a few people were like, oh, we got to get back to a game here. So hopefully they come back.
Other than your friend who was wearing the Supersonics jersey, who I did take the picture of to razz my one friend who is a Supersonics fan, everyone else can come back and just leave the Sonics jersey at home.
Yeah, fair enough.
To talk more about the game and not just the environment, like, I was talking with some people in the stands, and like, FC Ottawa has gone from a team with an identity to, I have no idea what this team is. Like, I didn't think they were good. Like, everyone hypes up Bolu Tabla as this veteran who knows how to play at this level. Couldn't rate him.
Hey, is the all-time top CanChamp goal scorer, man.
Once had a $25 million release clause at Barcelona, but no more. No, and he's having a good year. Like the last couple of years, he wasn't great. I know that first year in Ottawa.
Well, he's the best.
He was so good. Well, for sure. Well, depending on who you talk to, right? Because now they think that fucking Chateau.
Get a real name.
Yeah, fucking house over here. Or, no, that's Maison. Sorry, I have no idea.
Chateau's castle.
Chateau's hotel. Sorry. Yeah, we're real French out here in Alberta.
Yeah, so. It's like a mansion.
And like, Manny Aparicio is a ghost. Like, I at least expect some level of shithousery from him, and that didn't come at all. Like, I don't know what this Leal is doing with this Ottawa squad, because it's just uninspired.
Yeah, no, it is. It's always tough though. Like when you come in mid-season, but like also like I don't think the players they have are not like if we go back to the final that they beat us in, how many players in that team are still in the team? Like
Manny.
4 or 5 would have started.
Well, and also, they were built for Mejia.
Yeah.
Mejia bailed. He fucked off back to Mexico. So,
well, to be fair, got an upgrade in the Atletico system to fuck off. But
well, yeah, fair. But so I think, and the funny thing is, they're still in third place. So are they just bad against us this year, or are they?
I think the whole league is shit.
Yeah, fair.
Other than like us and Vancouver and maybe Ottawa, but also this Ottawa coach, what's his name, Leal or whatever. It is really hilarious because I'm looking at his Wikipedia page because he got fired by Athletic San Luis in 2024. So they fired him 2 years ago, and we're like, you know what? That's a demotion. That's a step down. You've been relegated to live in Ottawa.
Just did a coach swap. Yeah,
he did coach 2 teams in between that too, which is hilarious. But
and so okay, so speaking of, this is a poor segue, but speaking of swaps, how about do we think Toby's back to his form? He swapped out his old form for his new form.
Yeah, we just can't start him as a number 9. We have to put him as that artist in the like false nine, and he'll just bag goals for fun. Yeah, just play Kinesia. Like, I think Toby and Kinesia need to be the only two names in our front four that are labeled in pen right now. And the only thing we need signed in pen for Ali Musi is his transfer agreement. So
Yeah, there you go. Well said. Well said. And like I was saying last week, like fuck it, play Toby on the wing. But like I think just let him have that free role, because I think Camargo's kind of transitioned really well to that more like defensive. I think it's almost better for his legs at this point too, because he's perfect, like a good enough player where he can play in a double pivot with Peyton, and that kind of opens up space for Toby to be more of that like 3-10 player, right?
Yeah, we almost kind of have two different rovers going on. So we got Klomp at the back kind of roving around. He kind of bombs up sometimes. And then we got Toby kind of roving all around the front. So we have a couple really fluid players that'll just play all over.
Oh, they even switch places sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, why not have Toby at center back? He'll probably get some headers as well, right? So,
total football. It's the Ted Lasso when he discovers that in Amsterdam on the faulty weed. But also, it also allows us to use Eric Kobza where I think is best, is use him as your 30-minute player to allow the legs of Peyton or Camargo to play their 70 minutes and then go off. Do I think Maël Henry should be your second CDM substitution? Not in an ideal world, but hey, we don't live in an ideal world.
Hey, we're just glad he's back. He's getting some minutes. Hasn't been injured. Don't really have any opinions because it's just a few minutes here or there on his play, but I mean, he's looked decent enough.
But him in a package with Antonek and Moroniak, like, I think that's those three coming on to provide some energy in the later half of a match and attack a tired back three for whatever reason Ottawa seems to be insistent on playing. Like, I think that's a great like substitute package for this club.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, I'm very happy to see just Mallory playing again, because I remember like the last time he really played ended with obviously that penalty shootout miss in the cup last year, when he like looked like he wanted to die afterwards, and then he kind of just never played again for a while. So it's good to see him like actually playing contributing minutes. And I'm right, I think that Mallory, like in a deal with, I want him as a super sub more than I want Ali Musi. So
I'd take 90 minutes of Maël Henry and whatever his legs can give him over number 7. And then the other thing is, I really like that Tommy's putting more faith into Curtis Ofori as kind of that substitute on the back line. Like, as much as I like Levi Lang, Levi Lang is a center defender. Yeah, and played an extended period. He's been that guy, though, that Tommy's gone to off the bench. I love that he's a player that you can throw in if Perlman gets too hot-headed. I was honestly surprised Perlman didn't pull a yellow in that match, especially considering it was Usry, the domestic terrorist, as our referee. But I like to see Curtis Ofori being given a little bit more time to shine, because I think him and Nate Edwards, I think, really are pieces for this club to build around moving forward. Because as we talked about at the start of the season, this is kind of the third version of Cavalry FC. So if those are the guys that are going to become cornerstones, I think we do need to see what they have as this team moves on.
It's almost the fourth version, really.
Depends on where you draw the line.
I guess that's a moot argument to have, but
I think it's the fifth version, and you're wrong. Take that. Well, speaking of pieces to build around, we just had, look at me segueing. We just had a couple players with the youth national teams. I don't know. We had Kasper Plasinski with the U16s, and I'm going to try and pronounce this right, Rowan Eghareba. I think I got that, with the U15s against Chile with the national teams. Did either of you check them out, or?
I can't stand spending my time watching the U16 international team. I spend my time watching the 12-year-olds play baseball for Canada instead. So
there you go. Those are the kids you watch, right?
And I've got the other kind of football that I've been having to work, so I didn't have time. But you say that they're both doing like reasonably well, and like I think just the fact that it isn't just the Burlington Invitational team, like, is a huge new move for Canada.
Yeah, I watched Eghareb against Chile, the second game they played. He came on at halftime. I watched about 20 minutes while I was trying to avoid my kid. And he had a couple nice assists. It's U15, so that doesn't necessarily predict anything, but it's nice to see a player who played APL at 14 and getting chances with the national team. Who knows, maybe given Cavalry 2's focus on youth and kind of be more of a U18 team, maybe he gets more of a break in as a 15-year-old next year. So, it's nice to see. It's also nice to see the national teams looking to what we're doing in Calgary, because I think there's a big untapped market. They tend to focus on the MLS academies, and I think quite frankly, I think there's a lot of really good development coming out of CPL, not just Cavalry. Like Vancouver just sold Fotzing to the Whitecaps, and Inter Toronto's got some good players and stuff. So yeah, nice to see that for sure.
Yeah, I think it's great to just have the the proper academy set up here at the Cavalry, because obviously since the league was founded, that's something that you always would hope to build towards, and that's something that could be like a legacy bigger than anything that Cavalry can do on their own, right? So
yeah, and maybe one of these players is the next Pepple that signs at 16 and eventually gets to League One and does.
Remember Pepple Mania in 2022 when he scored like 6 times? I was like, what a time to be alive that was.
Remember the beautiful Pepple chant, which is still that's got to be one of our best chants ever, and it's so unfortunate it lasted like 6 weeks because that people got into that chant good.
Yeah,
it's one of the ones that
it's easy when you score every game.
That helps too. Yeah,
it's one of the few. My partner, who is like not a sports person, I can hear him like mumbling as he's cooking just because it gets stuck in his head. And I actually have a friend like through internet chats who's trying to introduce it because he is a fan of BIM, as they all just call him BIM. He's not Pepple over there, he's BIM. So they're trying to get the beautiful Pepple started. We'll see if it catches back on.
Well, hopefully it catches back on. If you need any guidance, hit us up in the comments. We'll take it over the Pacific Hate for sure.
Oh, they're so bad. They're so bad. But we also do want to.
Luke's killing himself. Because like last pod,
that was fucking hilarious.
I wasn't even on the pod, and some guy is like he's writing novels about why does this guy hate Pacific.
He doesn't listen to the podcast either. That's the thing.
No, I know. And so really it stemmed from, I was in Victoria a couple weeks ago, right? That's why I missed the last pod, because I was exploring the beautiful city of Victoria, BC, and the beautiful breweries. And I noticed there was no sign of Pacific anywhere to be found. Now, yes, I'm in tourist Victoria, right? So that's demoed to cruise ships that are, walking around and dropping $10 on ice cream or whatever. But there was literally not a sign. You would have no idea there was a club there, with the exception of Whistle Boy having a jersey up. And apparently pointing that out triggers some people. So maybe.
But like when we compare that to when we were in Orlando, like I was at Disney and I still saw Orlando FC around. Like I was in the tourist trap of all tourist trap and still saw. Actually, I saw more Pride gear around Disney, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, fair. Well, while we're on the subject of clubs in BC. Man, I'm just segueing great today. Hot off the press, a couple hours ago, reported by Castanet, which is I think the news out of Kelowna. The city of Kelowna is announcing plans for a $25 million expansion of the Apple Bowl, with the hope that they will lure a Canadian Premier League team by 2028. So this includes 3,000 seat permanent grandstand on the east side of the field with space for washrooms, locker rooms, and food concessions underneath, new scoreboard, VIP suites, broadcast ready media facility, replacement of the grass with artificial turf. And then they also mentioned somewhere in there, I think that they mentioned that a local ownership group is waiting in the wings. So that implies to me that there's a group ready to go. And if the city's willing to throw some money at it, which $25 million, that's not a small reno to, I mean, it's not huge money, but that gets you a decent chunk. It sounds like we might have a club in BC, another club in BC for 2028.
My only worry is that it is Cavalry FC's ownership group who is waiting in the wings, because I know the Southern Heathcote family does have a place over in the Okanagan. So as much as I would love to
so I was going to say, we take them over 6'5", you know what I mean? Like,
that was what I was going to say.
If you could swap out a 6'5", like, have them ditch Pacific, hopefully to a new owner, not Fold. I want to make that very clear, because I actually like going to Victoria.
We don't need more hate comments.
No, we can bring on the hate comments, whatever.
Put that on your forum that you sent the podcast you want Pacific to fold.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, let's make it happen. But yeah, like if we can have 6-5 focus on the group they want, sell Pacific to a new owner who can sink, because they're not working with nothing. They got a nice stadium, they got a training facility, like whatever. And then you get this team in Kelowna. Ooh, we got some nice little away trips coming up. You know, I've been saying Township 7. You know, get on that bus, get to Township 7, get to Hillside. You're both shaking your heads at me. You guys are not men of class.
Hey, like last time we sent Luke to a pub or to a brewery, they closed. So I just don't want Luke to kill another pub that you like.
I think it's a little bit different thing there, but
shout out. By the way, for my trip to Victoria, shout out Adam if you're listening from Young Gaffers. Don't know if you're still doing the pod, but he took me around to a bunch of the breweries, and I had a bit of a rough morning the next morning.
Yeah.
But shout out, went to some great spots.
Yeah. Victoria rocks, man. There's a lot of great places there. And kind of on the point you're making earlier, it's just a hilarious little anecdote. But I remember when I was in Victoria in October for the Cavs game, like we got in the morning, we went to like an Irish bar because the Premier League was on. People wanted to watch that, like whatever. It was like it's like 10 in the morning. This very intoxicated Irish guy is like screaming at the TV.
What Irish pub do you remember?
Irish Times.
Oh, okay, yeah. I walked by there. I wanted to hit it up.
It's a little bit touristy, but it's fine.
They're all kind of touristy.
Anyway,
I finally went to Big Bad John's.
Oh yeah, my spot, man.
Stuck a foot soldier sticker on there. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so this old Irish man was like losing his mind at the TV, and we're all like kind of laughing. He comes by after, he's like, I hope you lads enjoyed the show. And then someone says, oh yeah, are you going, have you heard of the Pacific Football Club? They're playing tomorrow. It's like, never heard of the Fucks. Happy for you though. Which was just, I mean, that kind of sums it up what the attitude is in Victoria. But
that actually sums up CPL as a whole, right? Like a lot of my last time I got a haircut, my barber was talking about. He's like, "Oh, I'm a huge Barcelona fan," and I'm trying to hint that I'm a Cavalry supporter, and I'm like, "Oh, I should go check it out." He's like, "I got buddies; they won't even go for free. Like they say the quality is so bad." I'm like, "Well, that perfectly sums up CPL, right? Like, you got a whole bunch of people who think they're too good for the league. So, not just in Victoria, but mostly in Victoria."
Yeah, mostly in Victoria. Bring on the hate comments.
Haters gonna hate.
I hate to spin us all the way around. We do have to mention there is a couple of U Sports updates. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about Owen Antonek officially announcing he is not playing today in the UFC versus MRU Crowchild Classic U Sports match. As he is full-time with Cavalry, but he is the only one of the two U Sports draft picks that is sticking around. Luke Yahama will still have his rights held by Cavalry, despite the fact that he is returning to TMU for the upcoming season. And that is kind of the thing that's changed with that U Sports draft. You usually only get the player for 1 year, and if they didn't stick on, they would re-enter. Cavalry does still have Yahama's rights if he chooses to return to training camp next season. So I do think it is just kind of important to mention that. Luke did not get any playing time. Neither Luke Gardner nor Luke Yahama have hit the pitch.
We've had the same contribution to Cavalry's success this year.
I don't necessarily think that's true. I think Yahama has been actually kind of one of those guys that has been a really good training player for this Cavalry FC roster, but that only accounts for so much. It just means they aren't having to call in Moel Gander if they have injuries and need someone to come in and train. So I think it's good to mention that we still have his rights for another year as well. So I think that's, if he goes and bags a whole bunch of goals at TMU, like I think that's just a benefit.
Hey man, Cavalry legend, man. Cavalry legend.
I was gonna say, let's get the Luke and Luke connection going next year. Let's go.
Yeah, get Luke on the pod. Let Luke do
the that's a good idea. That's not anything at all.
Call it Luke Fest 26.
There you go. Get this sorted.
Well, I guess
that kind of steers us back towards BC once again with Vancouver coming to town.
Yes, we have a game this Saturday. The SpongeBob game, the highly anticipated SpongeBob game, is coming up. I know a lot of people love the little stuffy they gave away. They wouldn't give me one, but they gave some like 15-year-old guy with a mustache one, so I don't really know what's up with that.
I not begged. I asked people, I'm like, if you get an extra, can I get one for my kid? And they were like, they won't give
Yeah, they were being weird about it.
Oh yeah. So, but they did have some auctions out for player worn
SpongeBob game, man.
May or may not have already bid on a couple. The last when they had the red and white ones, I bid on one and I totally forgot about it. And a month later, I won it, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, fair enough."
I say this as someone who has a Star Wars jersey behind them. I'm anti SpongeBob jersey. I think they're awful.
I want a Glinch one.
You're gonna have to outbid me for the Glinch one, man. Like,
I guess I also have a harder time being a bigger dude. Like the fact that we only have one player, even that wears an XL size jersey.
Yeah, I can basically slide like a glove into Camargo's.
Yeah, there you go.
What I mean, so that's an odd.
Yeah, it's a big game. Vancouver have kind of cooled down a little bit in recent weeks, and they're still obviously a very good team, but they're coming off 1-1 shot at Pacific, which like if you're dropping points at Pacific, you should just fold the club. Then they lost 4-0 to Ottawa and lost 1-0 to Halifax. So I think it's going to be.
What's worse, drawing Pacific or losing to Marco Carducci?
That's a good point. I love how we don't even mention the 4-0 loss to Ottawa in that.
No, didn't happen.
It's a pretty bad run. To be fair, it's like one of those where it's like 3 games in a week or whatever. But I'm not as worried about this one as I am for the last one. We're at home again, which is obviously great. I don't know how the weather's looking, but I'm sure that's going to be fine. And the boys are buzzing, so it's maybe we'll get Toby another couple goals.
I think this is the first time I'm going to be able to see Vancouver in person. I think I missed the last Vancouver match. For me, it's always weird seeing Tom Field on the other side of the pitch for Vancouver. But like again, this is just another team that, other than Tristan Campbell, like I know Amisi scares a lot of other people, but I don't think he's that great. Especially
he's pulled down.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, he had a hat trick one game, and so then he became Golden Boot. But he's good. He's a Vancouver good player, but he's not like a Cavalry good player. You know what I mean? So
I agree. But hey, Martin Nash is the one person in this league that probably knows Tommy's system better than any other coach. So we'll have to see if that plays in.
Well, I'm just looking at this now.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this now. I think it might be time to start a dialogue because our Vancouver FC a one player team. Since Lise Mousset's gotten hurt, they've lost 4-0 and 1-0. So maybe if they don't have their superstar injured, doesn't give a shit Premier League man, they can't do anything.
I'm distracted. For those not watching, Conrad just started like eating a corn on the cob. I'm very distracted.
Hey, Alex brought me off dinner, and I'm just trying to get some calories in because it's the first meal I've eaten all day.
Oh, I was trying to explain to my daughter what corn on the cob was, and I was just like, it's the only way to eat corn. Like, there's no other way to eat corn. And she's like, she's having none of it. So anyway, sorry for the distraction. We're gonna keep that in. And
100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Vancouver doesn't. I don't know. It's
no one's listening at this point anyway.
Yeah. They've all flipped off. So, like they look like a.
What keeper do they play? Because like that's the one thing I have kind of looked at this year. Like, didn't they say it was going to be kind of the end of Callum Irving and kind of this Mateus de Sousa was going to be the next coming keeper for them?
Irving didn't play the Ottawa game when they lost 4-0. So.
And the other guy was terrible. It wasn't De Souza. It was they signed a German guy, and he was terrible. Completely should have.
Henrik Redtigning.
Yeah, there you go.
29-year-old Canadian journeyman who somehow ended up. If you're signing in the CPL at 29, like that's
just call Nico out of retirement. There, he'd probably do a better job, right? So.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll probably do a podcast while he's in goal. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't that the big news out of Vancouver this week that they are launching an official podcast, like with the club? Like that was the big news I saw out of them.
Hey, Cavs, if you want to get one going here.
Hey, maybe we could. Yeah, exactly. Like just put us up against YYC Soccer. We'll battle.
Yeah, exactly. Remember the time they retweeted it and then unretweeted it?
Yeah, wasn't it a Schmid Show one, and then it got flooded, and they're like, "Oh, actually, we shouldn't."
No, it wasn't even that. I think that's because I called Fraser like a degenerate gambler, so like we can't really have that in.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many gambling ads right now. Like, who isn't a degenerate?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's finally time, Alberta. But yeah, I guess we could probably make predictions. We're going on for a little bit here. Can I make predictions for the Vancouver game this weekend? big game, obviously, in terms of table implications. It's a top 4 game. We got to keep winning. I've said it's in our hands. If we win every game to win out the year, we'll beat Forge at the top of the table. We have to beat Forge, obviously. So I'm going to say 2-1 Cavs win. Goals from Klomp and Warschewski again.
So I'm going to give us 2 predictions. I have one if Owen Antonek is starting, Antonek is starting, and one if Ali Musi is starting. If Owen's starting, it's a 4-0 win for Cavs. We're going to fucking smash them, run the show, and not let it look back. If Ali Musi is the lineup, I'm going to say it is also a 2-1 final. As I said, the only autograph I want from Ali Musi is an autograph on the transfer line.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to make it a clean sweep and also call it a 2-1 win. I know we're supposed to be edgy and like fight each other about our predictions, but whatever. I'm going to go with Edwards again, and he'll come over screaming, "I will die for you." And then I'll go Camargo. I think he's due for one. I know he's playing a little bit further back, but I think he's got one in the locker.
I will say, as part of the 4, if 4-0 comes, Harry Payton's getting another screamer against Vancouver.
Oh my god, I need that, man. I need that so badly. I don't know if I bet on Antonek to start. I think Musi's gonna probably start the rest of the year, which is fine.
I'd agree.
I think what would it take for Tommy to stop starting Musi?
To be fair, after that giveaway against Ford,
if that's going to do it.
Started the next match,
match fixing bad. And I'm not saying you're match fixing, but it's bad enough that it's like, dude, like that's got to be match fixing. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And you still get the start. Come on. Yeah,
probably nothing like that, especially because we have a guy play really well. But whatever. Forge plays Supra on tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow evening, a nice Friday night footy. So
I'll support that province known as Quebec. Well, that and in the trade war.
There you go. Well, so I think we all need Super to win this game, get Forge to lose. If Forge lose, then we win. We could leapfrog them again. So fuck the Forge.
What if we get some fireworks thrown at some of the players from the It's in Montreal, right?
It is in Montreal, yeah.
Yeah,
so Forge plays Super in Montreal tomorrow and again on Tuesday in the Cup.
Ooh, yeah. Tabarnak,
they're all just going to fucking hate them by Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
How much did they finally start Becker for the first time? Remember who called that Kyle Becker is not a 90-minute player in the CPL anymore? Remember who called it?
Technically correct.
I know that some of the games he missed were because he had cancer, and I'm not going to touch on that. But even since he's returned, been a super sub. Who was right?
There you go. Fuck the Forge.
I think to summarize thing, fuck the Pacific.
Fuck the Pacific. Fuck that guy who's in our comment section. Fuck the Forge.
Fuck all y'all haters. What up?